Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs. If you had it back there and you're looking for a smile, bringing hope and joy for a day that was wild. Stuff from the cuffs is here to make things bright. In a world so dark, they're bringing some light. Stuff from the cuffs. Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs. Go Bria, go Bill, go Buzz, go Brian. Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs.
What's up, cufflinks in the building? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Stuff from the Cuffs, where we give you fire. We give you fun, inspiration, we're real, and you don't know we're educational. Welcome back to another video. I'm just trying to adjust something so that we can ensure that you hear us properly. Yes, man, have to make sure that you hear us properly. But welcome back, guys. Thank you so very much for being a part of the Cufflinks family. Thank you so very much for being in tonight's live in lockdown. So very happy to have you. Welcome to all 24 of you that are locked in. Welcome. And
Tenants in the building.
yes, Brian is here. I don't know. As soon as the live was about to start, I feel like I wanted to sneeze. I don't know what's happening.
Guys, I just did some cleaning.
Yeah.
And I guess some other products are affecting our sinuses.
Yeah, everything. I don't know about anybody else, but everything seems to trigger our sinuses.
I don't know, yeah.
Literally, everything.
Has anybody been having any increase in sinus activity? You know, the crime rate is going up, but the sinus rate seems to be going up. So let us know in the chat. I have to be fanning because, again, I just do some whole heap of work in the house. I just cooling down a bit. But we are here, we are live, and we're in lockdown. One more. I think this one goes up to mid-October every Sunday. But if you go to church and your name is on a list, you're amongst 50 persons that can go. So, big ups to you. Let's do the check-ins. Remember, when you come in, you like the video, drop a word so that YouTube can send out to everybody else that we are back live doing our live in lockdown. So we missed last week, and I want to thank all of you who've been giving us an outpouring of love and support from the passing of my grandmother. I want to say thank you publicly. It has been very, very heartfelt, and we've received it, and it has been, you know, a source of strength and inspiration from some of the comments I've seen. So thank you. So let's go and get right into it. B Designs is here. Stephanie Perrin says, hey, cuz Samantha Small in the building. Teresa Shaw, Samaya Black. Right. Jaquan Price, 9A. Jaquan related to Ladasha Kwan?
Yeah.
Jaquan, if you're related to Ladasha Kwan, let us know. Jaquan and Ladasha Kwan sound like a unique combination.
Yeah, sound like
you could
twins.
start a channel.
What?
Jaquan and Ladasha Kwan, right?
That's funny.
Katoria Clark, Abigail Dawson Thomas, Abigail Bartley, Charlene says, hi Basili and Brian, present. Ingrid Harvey Hammond. Ingrid, you're trying to tie up our tongues. Ronila Till, Layla, Lisa Higgins, big ups Lisa, big ups to Ricky. Child of a King, Marianne Thomas, Frederick, Christian, Paula Anderson, John Day, and Joni. Nice. Or is it One Day? Juan. I think it's One Day. Mm-hmm. Diana Ramsey. What's up, Diana? Hope you're doing well over there. Nikki Blessings. Abigail said, no, Brian, but the heat increased. Listen, the heat has been crazy, and we are in cool Mandeville. Mm-hmm. It's gotten hot. But guess what? I think today is the first day in autumn. Winter, yeah. And because of that, we're closer to winter. So we're gonna be having longer nights and cooler temperatures.
Isn't it fall? It's fall.
Spring, summer, autumn, winter. You come from foreign where you will call it fall. Autumn or fall is autumn, we call it around here.
Oh.
As far as I know. Atasha Lindsay.
Aren't we in the fall semester?
Yeah, but the season is autumn, where the leaves fall and all of those things. Michelle Douglas says blame the weather, especially as it changes rapidly each day. I have that problem. I sneeze until my sinus is clear. Wow, Michelle. Rochelle says, hi guys, what's up, Rochelle? Glad to be here with you tonight. Christine, yes, one day, and Joni, TNT, Waldron, Marianne Thomas, and Ingrid said, yes, the heat, the sinuses, and the sad stories of our loved one, but God is able. Abigail Smith says, hey guys. All right. We've been missing, I know, but you've been supporting the other videos that we've been posting, not the lives, but recently you did from TikTok to TVJ. If you haven't watched that, go and check it out. So Basilia and her characters.
Who?
Excuse me.
I didn't know how
Basilia
that first
and
name.
her characters were on TikTok, and then they were discovered, and they went over to national TV, which is quite an honor, yeah. And then we also did a surprise video for her birthday, and we looked at some of the things that we surprised her with.
So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes and love right across social media. Saw all the messages. I'm still actually going through messages. So thank you so much. But guess what? You guys celebrated with me on the actual night. So that was indeed a blessing. So thank you. Nikki Blessings, I hope that you enjoyed your birthday. That's my birthday twin. Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, Nikki.
Hope you enjoyed your birthday and after as well, because I know we didn't get to go out on the actual day and celebrate. And so I hope that you found some time to celebrate after. So thank you guys for all the birthday blessings and wishes and all the love. Appreciate it. I realize, guys, that you guys are enjoying the vlogs. Like the vlogs that we've been doing, the one you did for the car wash and me and the girls eating strawberries.
We're trying to do one a week, guys.
Yeah.
We're trying to do a weekly vlog.
Do you guys do... What happened?
Maybe you can use your tablet because what if Villa
Go,
wants to
Mama,
watch
go.
something else?
No.
So you can watch something now.
Stop. Go.
You can watch something now that you want to watch. Right, so I realize that you guys are liking, the vlogs as well. So we're so very happy that you are liking the content that we're putting out. And we will continue to do live in lockdown as long as we have lockdowns going on, God willing. So I guess for the next few weeks, it's a live per week. So a live on the Sunday. And then we'll try to stick to our regular schedule of 2 other videos in the week. So happy to have you guys. Welcome to all our new subscribers. We're inching closer to 10K.
Yep.
Happy for that. Feeling good. You know, the other day when I was looking at the numbers, I was saying to myself that, boy, you know, slow and steady is doing it. And yes, we're happy. Thank you guys for being a part of the Couplings family.
Yeah. So, guys, we are deliberating what we're going to be talking about tonight. And Bass gave me a topic, and I gave her a topic. We don't decide which one we're going to do yet.
So let's do a vote.
Yeah.
And the first vote to 5.
No, man.
What?
5
So
52 people watching.
I know.
5.
All right, first to 10.
Let's just
First
sort
topic
it
to
out
10.
and let's see how
Babe,
much,
how
many
are you
people
going to
vote.
keep track of it? You have a paper?
Yeah, okay, right here, someone. Sinus problems are the worst. Nikki Blessings said, yes, I did enjoy, and I know you enjoyed yours.
I know, I'm saying, how are you going to count them? And what's the cutoff?
All right, first to 15.
All right, first to 15.
TNT Waldron says, for the sinus, just tip a little salted water in both nostrils and it will go away.
I'm going to try that right now.
Listen, if we weren't on the live, I would be in there. Listen, you're going to make me do all the bag of salt tonight.
Just tip a little salted water in both
Alright.
nostrils. All right, I'm
Alright.
going to try that right away. Guys,
Yeah.
literally everything triggers my sinus. Lotion, hair products, shampoo, bath soap, waking up in the mornings and stepping on the floor.
Big ups to
everything.
bro Andrew Forsyth logging in, and of course if Andrew is logging in, we know that.
Monique is logging in too.
I don't know which
so
Monique though.
my topic is red flags. Don't ignore them before marriage. No, don't ignore them before the wedding
And
or
mine
before
is
marriage. Hold on. Red flags. Don't ignore them before the wedding. Or a spin on that same topic was a wedding or marriage does not automatically get rid of the red flags. I'll stick with the first one. The first one sounds better. Red flags, what did I say? Red flags, don't ignore them before the wedding. And yours?
Right, and there comes Monique right on cue. And mine is marriage pains and gains. So we're looking at some pains and we're looking at some gains. So we're trying to look at probably 3 to 5 pains and 3 to 5 gains.
All right, so you guys get to choose which topic we do tonight, and if we do one tonight, we do the next one next Sunday.
TNT Waldron says, don't
flag.
use all of the salt though, but yes, it's good.
All right, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
So red flags, don't ignore them before the
If
wedding.
you see me do one video, I'm name it salt bad TNG Waldron push that video there. So red flags and marriage pains and gains. All right. So let's see you guys voting in the chat. And while you're voting, feel free to drop anything else you want us to talk about, ask any questions. We are here for you. Our live in lockdowns is not limited. It is actually more freer than before. And Charlene Smith is giving you tips on your sinus as well. Yeah, and
all right, I'm going to screenshot this.
All right. So we have one apiece. The votes are coming in. Wow, you guys are voting. You guys are voting away. The votes are so, my gosh, look at all the massive votes.
So
and they're coming in. And we're going and look at them. Whoa, look at that one. At 54 people. And no, okay, the votes are coming in
so
now.
The first to 15, that's the topic we'll discuss.
Yeah.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nikki, you can't vote 2 times.
All right, so 4. Thank you, Christine. 5. Me gone 5. You gone 2.
When you gonna find Nikki vote 2 times?
I didn't count Nikki twice.
Oh, okay.
6. So I'm at 6. Brian is at 2. I'm at 7. You're at 3.
Oh, you said me must count myself and you still
Okay,
not
all
count
right.
for me.
I'll count myself. 7. So red flags at 7. The other one at 3.
You're still doing it.
Okay, red flags at 7. So the first to 15, guys, there are 59 of you. All right. I'm at 8. 9. Let's go, guys. 10.
Stephanie.
11.
Stephanie, who are your cousin? Me or boss? See?
12. 13. 14.
I like here is 411. 411. I saw that meme.
16.
Here is 411.
So I'm at 16.
Me count a couple people twice, but it's alright. 16. Let's go.
I didn't count them
Red
twice.
flags.
Alright, so we're going to do red flags. Don't ignore them before marriage. And then next week, Monique said, alright, Basquan. Alright, so next week we'll do pains and gains of marriage, alright? So let's talk about red flags.
What is a red flag? I've never seen a flag in this marriage. So I don't know. Go on. Which flag is that?
Alright, so for me, red flags are those signs. Come on, dude. We're not kissing, guys.
No, sir.
Oh,
Yes, man. It's alright.
Brian taking something out of me. Ow. Yes, so nothing wrong. We can tell them.
Sure.
What happened, Bella? We're not kissing, guys. It's Brian taking something out of our teeth. It come out?
No, but it's alright. You can't pick your teeth in that people them live.
Them not seeing. Hey, Bella, say good night, guys.
Night.
Say how are you?
How are you?
We not lose Andrew. Straight.
If this is mom and dad and the whole
Hi guys, this is Bella, mommy and daddy, and this is Bella. What else you saying?
What else are you saying? What else are you
You
saying?
should follow me a fan.
Oh, want to be like that.
Guys.
Alright, so red flags, yeah?
We are watching Bella grow up right in front of our eyes, like you. Like just a while ago, it's the first time she just come and say, "Hi guys, this is mommy and daddy, and this is Bella." Things like that. We continue to be like, "Wow." We didn't know she could say some of those things,
Yeah.
but she continues to just slowly impress us. So in the beginning, we used to lock her out, but now we allow her to come in and express herself, right?
Yeah.
my friend.
I was digging out no nose.
No, it's my teeth. You see why it's important to tell them what's happening? What happened?
Alright, go ahead, fun. You didn't know to hold it. What you doing?
Alright, so let's talk about. Yes,
I need
baby?
one popcorn.
We don't have any
We
popcorn.
don't have any popcorn.
Oh yes, your popcorn in the fridge. Alright, come, let's go. Let mommy start the topic.
Mommy, can I have some popcorn?
No, come with daddy. Daddy's gonna get the
Go,
popcorn.
daddy, get. Alright, so
Andrew, a big friend.
guys, you don't
Andrew.
know.
Andrew, one team,
You
Andrew.
don't know all this go. So red flags. Red flags for me are signs that you get before marriage that point to, and you guys can give me your definitions in the chat as well, and I'll read some of them until Brian comes back. So red flags for me are signs that you get before the marriage that gives you a hint that something is off, or there is something about that person or how they operate that may not be in tune with how you see your life, or how you view marriage, or how it is that the direction that you want your life to take. So babe, I was telling them that for me, red flags are signs that you see in a person and how they operate that gives you a hint that something is off, or something may not be in line with what you expect in a marriage, or something may not be in alignment with your views on marriage and how you expect your marriage to go, that kind of thing. And I think a lot of times people think that red flags have to be like something gigantic or something extremely awful. I really believe that red flags can be even some little things that you know will cause some issues after the I do's are said.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And here is 401 was talking about a meme that I saw, and it says, I saw the red flags and I thought it was a carnival or something like that. And we were just
So many,
enjoying myself.
right?
So like they're there and I'm like, oh look, it's so pretty. Instead of realizing that this is a warning sign that says turn back or stop or take a couple steps back. Because a warning sign doesn't necessarily mean that
Stop,
you must
right,
end the
right.
relationship. It may mean that you
need to work on
something individually or collectively before going forward. So let's look at some of the red flags. And one day, and Joni says red flags are those signs that cause you to have second thoughts before a marriage. Because we're looking at it before a marriage, right? Before a marriage that will affect you right after marriage or in the future.
And let me just say that a lot of times persons see these red flags before marriage, but they think in their heads that
Can change
the person, I can change him. After we say I do, we'll work on it. Well, on then, drawbreaks. I honestly believe, and this is something I live by, that the red flags, as Brian said, doesn't mean stop all the time. Sometimes it means that there's something that you need to iron out before you say I do. But in general, for me, red flags, when you see them, you deal with them. Because in that period before marriage, you're not yet married. You're not yet committed. You haven't yet signed that paper. You haven't yet said your vows and committed to each other. So anything can happen in that period leading up. And if it means calling off the wedding because something is just off, or something happened, or you really see this as a problem going forward, better you do it before the marriage or before the wedding than say, oh, I can change him, don't worry. Yeah, I think as soon as I get the ring, he will change or she will change. And a lot of times we say he. Sometimes the she is the problem.
Come on now, say that for those in the back.
Right. Sometimes the she is the problem too. So it's not just about him, it's also about her. So use that period before. If there are red flags, deal with them. Make a decision either to move forward, stand still, step back, or go in a separate ways. It's not wise to ignore those red flags, thinking in your head that, hey, I can change him. As soon as we get the ring and we live together, yeah man, things will iron out themselves. No. Things don't iron out themselves just like that. It has to be deliberate. Right?
No,
You can't eat in your mama.
You have to go and go sit beside sister and eat. When you finish, you can come back, alright? Go to
Okay.
that.
It has to be deliberate.
Go.
All right.
No juice.
So Go ahead, babe.
Take the water.
What are you saying? Red flags are things to alert you of what might happen in your marriage, and it gives you the opportunity to speak about it or to pray and ask God to intervene and to change that particular thing. And I always say, you see, when it comes on to praying, I wholeheartedly believe in prayer, and I wholeheartedly believe in putting things before God. But I also know that God is not going to force any of us, right? Him not going to shove nothing down with throat. Him not going to say, all right, because the wife to be is praying for it, him not going to shove it down upon the husband. I believe that persons must be willing to change and must have a desire to go in a different direction for it to actually all work together, for the prayer and the works to come together to make that change. So when I hear people say, you know, such and such, the person has a particular trait, oh, I pray about it, but the person is not willing to change. No, faith without works, yeah, you kind of have to do something, right? Yeah, you have to do something. And so the person with that red flag waving has to also be willing to change.
Well, yeah, can you imagine the person's showing you the red flag? Because a lot of times in relationships, we don't hide the red flags. They come out over time. And one of the things that we've said before is in a relationship, it's good to see the person. If you're going towards marriage, it's good to see the person in different situations. You need to see them when they're angry, when they're upset, when they're happy, when they're grieving, when they're celebrating. What is the person like? So it's good to see the person in all these situations, and then the red flags will become obvious. One of the things that I've said is put them in slow Wi-Fi. I saw it somewhere, and it is true to our time. Put the person in slow Wi-Fi or no Wi-Fi and see how miserable they get. That's a red flag, yeah? You will know. Well, they don't must get miserable, but the personality trait will come out.
But it also depends on what comes out, because miserableness is something you can deal with.
It depends on who you
Well,
are.
but it also depends,
depends.
right? It depends on the level, because miserableness is a part of life, right? I can tell you from experience, right? Miserableness is a part of life. But I'm saying I must know and I must see what I can deal with. We discussed this some months ago, and it was very controversial, where we said sometimes it's probably a good idea if it is that you are with this person for years and you've never ever seen them upset at all. And yes, this might come off as controversial this time around again. It's probably a good idea to probably try and get them upset and to see how they react. And I know people may say, yeah, but you're poking the lion. Well, the truth is, over the years when you get married, the lion is going to be poked one way or the other. Living with somebody new. Living with somebody new, you know, all of that. And if you've never seen that person in an angry situation, or they never ever never ever show any sign of anything as it relates to anger, that kind of emotion, personally I would be concerned, because I want to know what your problem solving skills are. I want to know how you react when you get mad. And I'll tell you why I believe in that upset scenario, and probably, you know, trying to get the person upset to see how they react. And of course, it's not for everybody. I'm not saying you should do that, but we're just saying that in our opinion, this is something that we don't have a problem with. Because I know somebody who she and her boyfriend never been upset ever, like. And I'm saying never ever. And she's like, no, nothing bothers him. He has never been upset. They've never had to really deal with any problem. And I'm like, no, man, you're sure? You're sure? And yeah, they got married the night of the wedding. When they went on their honeymoon, something happened and him thump her down. Like, I don't know if it was bottled up over the years, or it was just a matter of him letting his guard down and feeling like, all right, well, me get the ring already, so let me just relax. We think is very important. This is something we have discussed before. We think it's very important to see people in different situations and see how they react and deal with it.
Yeah, see how they are around kids. Yeah, if you want to have kids, see how they are around kids. Because if they don't have the patience, if they don't have the tolerance, if they don't have, I guess some would say the gumption to deal with kids, and if they are easily upset and easily triggered by the presence of kids doing things that are out of the ordinary, you need to watch that and don't ignore it. So one of the things that I wanted to make mention of as it relates to a red flag was the fact that the person thinks that they're the dogs bow wow and the cats meow. For those of you who know Noel Jones, he usually says that. You don't want to ignore that. If the person feel like them perfect and they're always right, don't ignore it.
Yeah. And
You don't want to get that person. You don't want to get in that person bad book.
yeah, because if somebody feels like they're superior to everybody, and usually it's like a personality disorder or complex, and we're not saying, and let us just put this out there, we're not saying that if people have issues you can't seek help, right? Seek help to correct the
Fix it
situation or to
before.
fix it or whatever. But what we're saying is when those red flags present themselves, deal with
Don't
it
ignore them.
before. Don't ignore them and turn a blind eye and say after I'm married, things will just level out. What we're saying is don't ignore them. I wholeheartedly believe in helping people through their storms. I wholeheartedly believe in helping people deal with their issues. Yeah. But if the red flag is waving in front of me, if I see that it's something that we can work on, then no doubt. I don't have a problem putting off the wedding for a few months or a year or however long it takes to see if this is something that can be worked out. But what we're saying is don't ignore them because they don't disappear after the wedding.
Beautiful point by Hearess 411 again. Hearess sound like she's on the ball. It's difficult to see the red flags when you're wearing your pretty little rose-colored glasses. Like,
She said earlier that she ignored the red flags and was divorced in less than 10 years.
Wow.
So I'm sure that you can really speak on this topic.
yeah, and
Yeah.
here's the thing about red flags too, guys. There's the butterfly side of being in a relationship where you're all caught up and you're feeling so good that this person can do no wrong in your eyes, versus the truth. Yeah, the truth is sometimes so glaring and hitting us in our faces, but because we like the euphoria
Love
that we
is
feel, we like
blind.
the little bubbles in the stomach and the butterflies in the stomach, we like that feeling that we ignore the truth. You cannot say you love somebody and you ignore the truth. You cannot say that you love somebody and there's no truth in it. It cannot be just the infatuation. It shouldn't even be infatuation in the first
Right,
place. It
right.
has to be genuine love.
Yeah.
Yeah, love is not blind. Love is very, 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 very. Love you eye them up like this.
Yeah. And Nikki says they usually magnify after the wedding. You know why? Because now you're comfortable.
Yeah.
No,
This is
you've
where the
got this
truth
person.
is now you're now realizing the truth.
Right,
That was always hitting you in the
right,
face.
right.
You were ignoring it before. Oh no, man, this is Princess Charming. No, man, this is. I mean, he's human. She's human. She makes mistake. Oh no, she beats me because she loves me. Oh no.
Yeah. Don't ignore the red flags. This is something that so for me, so baby can tell us about some of your red flags. I'll tell you what some red flags were for me in terms of red flags that I looked out for in Brian. And before I get into that, in church they always, or I think in general, I don't know if it's just in church, but in general they always encourage you to date somebody for a period of time, so that at least over that period of time you'll get to see sides of the person that you may not necessarily have seen in like the first 3 months or the first 6 months or even the first year. This is why sometimes persons are very cautious of persons getting married after 2 weeks, 2 months, three months, because they feel in their heads, and quite understandably so, the concern is legitimate, where they feel like, I don't think you've gotten enough time to see all sides of the individual before
Yeah,
jumping into
yeah.
marriage. And
You
so
see the first impression.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
first impression
Best
can
foot
last.
forward.
Yeah, but when, like, even for us, when you've been together for 4 years, yeah, date for 4 years, you get to see everything, a whole heap of things. Mind you, some people are very good at.
And we're not telling some
No.
people to get date for 4
No, we're
years.
not telling you. I'm
And we're
just
not telling you that
saying
some things can't be hidden in
for 4 years.
right?
But for us, because we worked together as well, we got a chance to see each other in a whole heap of different scenarios. So for
Yeah,
me,
so you see why some people used to get up and go use the bathroom and squeeze one. No, they just squeeze it in front of you and be like,
who you talking to? Who you talking about?
like what's that?
You!
Like,
Guys,
girl,
I did
hello,
not know.
Hello,
I did not know that
hello.
Brian
Guys,
fluctuated.
oh my goodness, man. You'd be like,
Guys,
girl, no, sir.
I did not know that Brian
My
had that.
gosh.
I did not know.
That one is
that-
deadly.
I
My
wicked.
gosh, after this funny right now.
I did not know that Brian had that bodily function. I did not know he could do it. I did not know he could belch. Guys, this is the first time Brian fluctuated beside me. I was so shook.
Don't believe
I'm
her.
traumatized.
Don't believe her.
It's the first time I hear him belch. I'm
Don't
like,
believe her.
who is that?
Guys, I don't do that anyway. I
I'm
don't,
like, who
I
is
don't
that?
do those things, guys.
I'm like, who is that?
That one
But
got
yeah.
away. You know, it got away. Got away.
Alright, so for me, red flags. One, how I looked at how he,
Merlin, I was working, so the body's overeating right now. Huh?
yeah, I looked at how he treats others other than me. So for me, I can't honestly be with somebody who only treats me well and only know how to be nice to me. I believe that before marriage I wanted a man with a heart of God.
He blew you away.
Oh, he definitely did. A heart of God who was able to love people, especially because of the position I was in back then in terms of being in the public's eye, in terms of, being in radio and always having like supporters and stuff around me. I wanted to ensure, and I'm very close to my family, I wanted to know that he was also able to like and treat other people well other than me. I looked at how he treats his mother. Yes, that's something that I looked at, because for me, anyway you treat your mother, so you're going to treat me, because as she give birth to you, yeah, anyhow you treat her, so you're going to treat me eventually. So I looked at how he treats his mother. Another thing, and I always said this growing up, if I'm ever in a relationship with a man and him ever hit me for any reason, I don't care what it is, as long as I don't lick him first. Because I also believe that if you lick somebody, right, you mustn't lick people, right? Leave it at that. If he hit me for any reason at all, it was a deal breaker. And a lot of times I hear people say, but I did joke him and make me. I don't run those jokes. I don't play those games. If him lick me, I'm going to lick him back, and then I'm going to lift him. That was always my thoughts, but of course Brian is not like that at all. So that was a huge red flag that I always looked out for growing up. That kind of physical abuse, emotional, and we call another one there when you talk. Verbal abuse. I looked out for those as well. And for me, I did not magnify any red flag over any other one. Red flag is just a red flag, and it's either I can live with it, deal with it, or walk away from it.
Red flag, red flag, red flag. Let me show you this red flag, ladies and gentlemen. Let me call my brethren. Yo, come here. Yo, good evening. Listen me. You have one red flag name. You have one red flag name. Coloring. Coloring more than you can color. Hey. Coloring more than the book can take. Hey. Level. Listen to that one here. Are you ready? Be careful of the red flag called coloring. Guess why? Because you see, if the person want to color 10 times for the week and you only have a book that open 1 time for the week, problems. Listen me. You see, if them have white liver,
Well, that was
you
definitely
see,
not your problem.
level. You see, if them want to run things red, and all you know, say, every time you try to sleep in the bed, they might bring other things, come whisper in your ears on your head. Level. If them appetite can't be fed, hey. If them insatiable, and you know say you're satiable, then it's problems, hey. Level. You gotta be careful. Red flag as it relate to coloring levels. Her own up there, and your own down there.
So is that a red flag?
It is a red flag, because if you can't manage, don't pick up what you can't manage. Don't you
So how
say,
you gonna know?
we have the discussion. We've looked at having the difficult discussions and the conversations that should be had. There are times when you talk and you say, hey, how much were you expecting for the week? And him say, oh, only do it like 10 times a week and 2 times on Sunday. And in a year, you only do that thing but 2 times on Sunday, and you go take it up on
No,
your
but
head.
but
Then
that
a
is
problem.
also that is also a red flag on the part of the woman too.
I'm not talking about the man or the woman. I'm just talking about the red flag as it relates to the differences in
Yeah,
that
but you
appetite.
can't compromise.
Yeah, but if it's a difference of 10 to 1, that ain't no compromise. Because him going to say hate, and you going to say pooh, and it's still a big gap. The point is, guys, we often talk about unequally yoked, and we look at it from the perspective of denominations or religion, but there's so many different other things. Yeah? If you are able to want to color every single day of the week, and then she can't manage or he can't manage physically without the demands of the job, or this is not the appetite that the person has, it is going to be a problem in your relationship. Because whether you like it or not, we talk about some of the top things that are deal breakers, and we look at finances, and we look at coloring as well. If the person just really cannot manage, if there is no way to find a compromise, it's a red flag. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna tired down, or she go weird down after a year or two.
Somebody,
or don't say
somebody
your
say you
appetite
must
go
rise
home.
to the challenge.
And that is the thing. Some people cannot rise to the challenge. Hold on. Let me call Brian. Hey.
Yes, man, good. Is
Brian.
you put it out there, make it look like
Ladies
it's me
and
and you
gentlemen,
you're
Brunty
talking
is not
about.
talking about us. Don't do that. I am talking to Uno. I am talking generally. Don't do it. Don't do it. But the truth is, you have to be able to find a balance and a level where you can compromise. It can't be you want it every single day for the week and the person only wants it once for the week.
And it's true. It's true because I've heard of persons who have been having problems in their marriage.
There have been relationships that have been broken because the woman or the man is sexually addicted, right? And they want so much.
Their
coloring.
appetite is insatiable.
Yeah, they want it so much that they cannot focus and can't function. They are at work and they're messaging the partner. They are at school and messaging the partner. Wait till tonight. And the poor man or the poor woman body can't. Yeah. No, we're talking about all 3-4 times for a day for the week. And we're saying that if that is your case and both of you can manage, fine.
Good to go.
But if something is wrong with you, where it is unnatural or it is bringing you to a state where it is causing abuse of your partner, not because her body is now yours and your body is now hers, meaning they must abuse it and tick. All when she's tired, when she's sick on one foot and she'll limp through the house or the other way around. Come on.
Yeah, and the flip side is also true, and that's why it's very important to have these discussions, especially Christians who don't want to talk about it until they get there. It's important to have these conversations leading up to marriage. It could also be a matter of one of the partners saying, I don't really like doing that thing called coloring. So maybe, just maybe, it can happen like once a month. Just maybe. Yeah. And that's if you get it once a month. So I am thinking
there are people who get married don't want to color at all. They just want
companionship. And if you're not on the same, me take a point at me coming and say, who you talk to?
This is not about us, guys. Our conscience about her, I don't know.
No, which conscience? I was just wondering what was happening in my Right, so you have to have these conversations, because if that person literally does not want to color at all, that is also a problem. That is also a problem, especially, and it doesn't matter which partner it is. That's also a problem. So you need to have these conversations. I've heard of people who they've said in the engagement period that's not something that they want to do really. And so that gave the other person an opportunity to try and get some help for them and the person, because it may be because of past experiences, something traumatic happened, etc. But then,
or it may have been another addiction. Maybe the person was addicted to something and now they're bringing that into a relationship.
Right. So you have to have these tough conversations. And I saw somebody said that, you can be Holy Ghost filled, water baptized, and hide things very well. And I agree. It happens. What we are saying, but what we're really discussing is when you see the red flags and you ignore them. We're very cognizant that that happens.
This red flag that there are 100 and odd people watching and only 73 people like. Is a red flag that? No, man. That means there's something wrong. Something wrong.
Yeah.
Somebody said, somebody who lies about the little things. Now, if you're going to be lying about the little things, those are some red flags. Right? Because if you're a little, quote unquote, then imagine what you'll do with the big things. And if it becomes a habit of lying about the little things, then it's going to become natural for you to lie about the big things. right? As a matter of fact, I didn't want to call it little things or big things. Lying for now, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, if you can't be honest and true and real in a relationship, then that's a red flag. If the
Yeah.
person, you going out with this person, or you are just friends with this person, remember we're looking at before marriage, you are with friends with this person, right? And you realize that every time you work together and every time the boss asks something, this person lies. And they find it funny, right? Don't laugh with them and find it funny too. They're going to do it with you.
Yeah.
They're going to do it to you. The
That's
boss
so
comes back
true.
and says, what time you got in this morning? 7:58, boss. I was early. And you know, so them actually
And
it's
you know.
8:58. But
Yeah.
when the boss come out, them say, 7:58, it was 7:58 somewhere in the world based on the time difference, right? And they laugh it off. And you say, oh, so creative. Problems.
Yeah, yeah. And somebody was asking, what if those red flags start showing after marriage? We highly believe in counseling and premarital and postmarital counseling. We don't believe that counseling is something that should stop, right? It's something that can continue. And I believe that if it shows after marriage, then there's nothing wrong with getting counseling to try and help with that problem. And then if it's not something that you can live with, then I guess you decide what to do from there. But counseling, I think, should be the first step to trying to figure out what's happening here. And remember, you're talking about after marriage. I think counseling should be one of the first steps.
Yeah, and it's a continuous thing. It's not
Mhm.
you don't get premarital counseling, and when you get to the stage of I do, you are now so fulfilled that you no longer need counseling. Premarital counseling is not like getting enough that will last you throughout the rest of your marriage.
That's true.
There are things that will last you, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
And there are things
yeah.
that you'll always draw back for, yes. But when you get to marriage and each year in marriage, there are new obstacles, there are new
Yeah.
challenges. And post-marital counseling isn't even necessarily just going and sitting with a counselor.
Right,
It
right.
may be accountability groups. It may be a couples retreat. It may be, there are so many different ways you get nuggets or counseling sessions or words that you need that help your relationship.
And this may be a little touchy for some people, but if red flags rear their ugly head after marriage, and it's something to my detriment, and it's something that I don't know if counseling can fix it. I personally not staying. If you ever try to kill me, me nah stay. And the reason why I say that, and it's also a touchy topic in church too, where persons may be going through things, and the general advice to them is, you're already married, stick it out. I personally don't believe in that. It's when it comes on to certain things. I have certain deal breakers in my mind and in my head that it's not something I am willing to endure. Right? It happens, and we try to get help, but it keeps happening, and it keeps happening. I'm not going to stay because we're married. I'm not going to stay because, no, mama. Yeah. I'm not going to stay, and we see this happen a lot of times in church. The man a beat it to a pulp, and
I
somebody.
don't see it happening a lot. You don't see it happening.
Oh, when I was growing up in church.
A lot.
Yes, a lot. Man a beat it to a pulp, and the advice given to you is your husband. In beating nearly kill you. Is your yeah. Is your husband. I don't believe in that. I'm sorry. That's just me. Anyway.
I'm looking at the time, guys, and we've been here for 45 minutes. We could go on and on and on. And yeah, do you think the red flag was there before and it okay, I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. Somebody said, let's talk about it, and if talking over fast and pray about it, that will help turn those flags to green.
That don't always happen. That don't always happen, especially if the person who has the red flags are not willing to change. And that's something that we always have to remember. A lot of times we pray and we fast and we fall before God, and we do all of that. But on the person's side of things, they're not willing to change. God not forcing any of us to do anything. So I don't think it's an automatic, oh, if you pray and fast about it, it's automatically going to turn the red flags into green. There is works also to be done in that process to help those red flags to turn, right? To help to help those red flags turn into green if that's what both parties work towards. But faith without works, it don't work. Yeah, man, there's reason in there.
She have to eat the bread too.
Yeah, it can't just be. You have some in this one, Mama, so just eat that one. It can't just be you're just praying and you're just fasting and you're just praying and just fasting if that person is not willing to also change.
Here it says the church is evolving on this position. Exactly, God
I hope so.
Now, here is a slight difference that I will have on it. I believe in the fervent, what's the word? Alright, I believe in the ambassadors too, so we're not disagreeing. But the power of God, the efficacious blood, I do believe that the fasting and the prayer, and I'm sure everybody who made the comment, the person who made the comment also believes that God is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask him. So he's able to change it. What we're not saying is don't sit down in the situation and every night being beaten to a pulp and just saying I'm fasting and I'm praying about it. Yeah? Do something as well.
Yeah. And we're not saying people can't change, so don't get us wrong.
And just say maybe the red flags are a sign from God to get out.
There you go. We're not saying people can't change. I have also experienced the flip side where that used to happen in a marriage and the person changed. But it did not happen like something just dropped on them and they go, ooh, and then just changed. It took.
Bring the back.
Alright, and it took counseling. It took him being in groups, what you call those? Like we would have an AA group, they had a group for that. It took a lot of action on his part in order to change. So we're not saying people can't change, and we're not saying if the red flags come up after marriage to just throw in the towel on your marriage, but you have to also be wise about the decisions you make. Yes, take the steps to try and help the situation. If it's not helping, then you have a decision to make. So it's a really touchy one, simply because I probably know too many individuals who have landed in that position.
And don't get it wrong,
And
the
so-
reverse is true as well. The
Woman,
reverse is true
yeah.
as well. Yeah. There are cases where the woman is abusive.
He's the one that's abusive.
I've heard some stories I never knew would be possible in a Jamaican culture
Yeah.
until I heard about it.
So we're not just saying, oh, these red flags come up in men. They come in the women as well. Yeah, the long toe beside the big toe probably big longer. I don't know if you ever hear that in Jamaica. But them say if the toe beside your big toe longer, you could beat your husband. But yes. So many things to consider. I saw the comment where it says that the church is evolving on the issue, and I'm very happy to hear that. I'm very in my environment. No, I don't hear about it a lot. But growing up, I heard about it a lot. Yeah, I heard. Yes, my love. Yeah, I heard about it a lot. So I'm happy to hear that even in your circle, that
I want to.
yes, the
Yeah,
church.
guys. Why would baby bath on me?
What? You're giving them a joke? Tell them a joke.
Do it to me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a flower.
What's a flower?
It's a flower.
Okay. Hold on for me.
She wanted to see herself on the phone and you were not showing
Oh,
her.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. So yeah, guys, I think
You want
Want
to
some
raise
bread?
alone. Guys,
Maya
Bella want to take the raise
Angelou.
out the bread.
I'll leave the bread
Leave the
alone. Yeah, people can change, but change takes time. Don't rush it and don't excuse it. Got that right. And
Sister has the bread.
yeah, and also too, sometimes in order for change to take place, sometimes you have to you have to kind of go your separate ways a little bit, because sometimes change can take place while in the same space.
Still got your teeth.
While in the same space.
Hold on with your teeth tonight.
Come on.
That is a sign. That's it.
While you're in the same space, sometimes it takes separation for what that R word go? reconciliation
reconciliation.
reconciliation to happen. So yes, sometimes it takes time, and it takes a lot of work for change to take place, especially if that thing taking the peace of God works in mysterious ways. He will make that person uncomfortable. He or she has to change their ways. And again, it goes also back to choice and that person being willing to change.
All right. 50 minutes, loaded topics, true topics, real topics that we must look at. But that's it for tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling well, as you can see. So I know some bother me, guys. I'm going to try the salt situation.
We're going to try the salt and we'll let you know.
That Mr. TNT said.
Yeah, we're gonna try the salt in our nostrils right away. We would have done it before if we weren't on the live. So we'll try that and we'll let you know in our next video if it works. I hope it works, because God knows, I can't manage the sinus every day.
TNT Waljan, let us know if it's every time the sinus, but you must do it every time.
Yeah, every time.
Because that means the bastard every time.
Drink salt water.
Alright guys, so we gotta go though. So,
Yeah. Blessings.
don't ignore the red flags. Think about the truth that the red flags can be changed to green, but think about the conditions under which you are willing to wait until it changes to green. Think about the fact if you should wait until it changes to green under those conditions, or you need to be in a separate environment until God makes that change. Think about the fact that the person also needs to put in a part or has a part to play. And there's so many things, have the difficult conversations, in your little circles, in your family, in your friends circles, whatever. Just have the discussions, because red flags are, for too long we've ignored them, and in the end we have one person waving the white flag of surrender and another person running off with another flag of victory. Alright?
Yeah.
We love you. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, tell your uncle, mother, sister, brother, friend to join and to be a part of the Cufflinks family, where we bring the fire. We're fun, inspirational, real and educational. And we will see you next week Sunday Inland Live, but we will be dropping, of course, a weekly vlog and whatever other video
This week. Yeah, so we'll do that. So big ups, guys. We love you. Have a productive and safe week, and we'll see you soon.